95 minutes and there was chaos and there was a goal where the man Emiliano Buendia proved that the tactics of the man Unai Emery was apt and was what was needed to beat this man's 18-game streak. Yes, Arsenal, they were on a fantastic 18-game streak. However, when they met at Villa Park where they played against Aston Villa, they were on top form. Villa cut them down to sides. It was not by fluke. It was not something that just happened out of the blue. It was a tactical masterclass by a coach that the fans could not wait to get out. In 2019, he comes back and he haunts them big time. Is it Arsenal's year still to actually win the EPL? Now they've cut down their lead at the top, thanks to this man's tactical genius. Now, let's start off. What exactly happened? How was the game being played? So it was just a game of chess that we're going to go through. So one of the first things that kept on happening was how Arsenal just kept on pressing high as much as possible, trying to suffocate Aston Villa, make it difficult for them to play through the press. So you see Odegaard stepping up here on Onana, Saka coming inside and trying to mark his man here, and you've also got Moreno coming in from the left. You've got Declan Rice also pushing forward. Eze was not tasked to push forward so much in the initial phases of the press. So this was happening, and then Aston Villa needed a way to play in and around this whole press. So if you can't play through the press, you can't play around the press, how do you beat Arsenal then? Simple. To beat Arsenal's press, go over the top. And that is the policy that Unai Emery adopted for his team. So constantly they acted as if they were going to play from the back. So they made sure Arsenal push some of their presses up front. Then Martinez goes long. Martinez going long. He has McGinn, he has Rodgers, he has Watkins. These players are currently and were constantly in that situation where they were one-on-one with their markers. So they were able to get onto the ball, get the second balls, and then progress the play from there. Progressing the play from there, they quickly sought to get assistance from their midfield. Their midfield constantly in the first half was going narrow to actually also counter what Arsenal were doing to them, trying to go narrow. So you can literally see the entirety of the Aston Villa midfield in this particular shot. Onana and Kamara, who were the sort of holders in there. You've got McGinn, Tillema, who were playing higher up together with the man Rodgers, who were the middlemen playing up there, and Watkins together with their left back or left wing back, Matson. In that case, they were trying as much as possible to keep it narrow and play in this part of the pitch that way. Now, to counter that again, Arsenal went in a very, very extreme way. So they decided, the man Arteta decided that it was time to push his laterals, Ben White and Calafiori, way above even, yes, their wingers. So this is the defensive line of Arsenal. So Zubimendi was constantly dropping into the center of defense to assist with the team, with Urian Timber on the other side and Hankepier on the other. Now, moving the ball forward, they've constantly got Declan Rice for assurance in this part. However, where are the laterals or the left and right back? They are here. So this is Calafiori and this is Ben White moving ahead of everyone. So this created a very difficult problem for the team Aston Villa, where the defenders really needed to know what to do with these two players. Should they go with them or should they stick to the original people they were to mark? That was a very interesting dilemma that they had to play through. Now, aside all that, it's all happened in the second half. That is where everything changed. But for the first goal for the team, you would dare say Aston Villa, it was a very interesting sequence which involved Matson going that way, and you've got Matikash, who later ended up, who is currently here because he was trying as much as possible to go around Calafiori to get a connection to that ball, and that was how they were able to get their first goal. Now let's talk about Arsenal on the attack in the second half. So after the first half, Arteta made a very interesting change. He brought on Leandro Trossard and brought on Gyökeres and took out the man Eze. in the sequence of things. Now, what that meant was that Arsenal's attacking threat now shifted to their right-hand side, where the combinations between Ben White, Odegaard, and Saka, which we've come to be accustomed to over the years, came into full force, putting pressure on the left side of Aston Villa, and that is Arsenal's right side. Now, Trossard here, Calafiori pushing forward. Gyökeres presented a different option and different case for the defense of Villa, and it's through such sequence that led to the goal that was scored, or the equalizer for Arsenal, which we could see here. So you've got Ben White going across, Saka being kept busy here. However, there is a runner who, Ben White, goes across. Arsenal pushing a lot of bodies into the box. You've got Leandro Trossard, and eventually ends up in being a goal. Now, to counter this particular motion of attacking onslaught on his team, Unai Emery does something really brilliant. What does he do? He then also goes on to bring in the man Jadon Sancho and Daniel Merlin. Merlin and Sancho also came in, and they were now becoming expansive. So Sancho was stretching Arsenal on the left side of Aston Villa, and on the right side of the team Arsenal, which was the space left behind by Ben White, and that was one of the ways that led to that whole bubble situation that happened in the 95th minute to get Arsenal to concede a goal. Now, Merlin, proud to that particular chance, was box crashing constantly together with his teammates Tielemans, and these were the little nuances that happened and got them the all-important goal in the 95th minute. Guess what? If Arsenal had walked away with a point from this game, Arsenal would have counted themselves lucky. However, it was not to be because of the tactical brilliance of one person, Unai Emery. He made sure that he tactically plotted this game out and actually went on to deliver the beating of a masterclass for Arsenal. Now the question is Arsenal still in full control of this league, or Arsenal is beginning to wobble? This man has taken Aston Villa and turned them into something else. He has turned them into possible title contenders. Do you consider Aston Villa title contenders, or you say they would just fumble off a bit after the Christmas break? We'll find out more much later.